I'm going to let this set play out pretty much like it happened, just so you can see how we had to work these coyotes. We had already played about 15 minutes of fawn distress off and on before we finally spotted these coyotes sneaking in. Sometimes it takes a little bit to figure out what these coyotes are going to really respond to. And what I found on this trip was that being really aggressive with my distress calls seemed to really get them coming. We did a lot of glassing. Once we found them, it was amazing how long it took them to actually come into the sound. And that's why I started just coaxing these coyotes, not being in any big hurry, just letting them think that there's something going on over there with magpies and crows. And you'll see it just takes them a long time to come in. If you want to see how hard these coyotes are to spot in that sagebrush, look to the left of the screen. You'll see a second coyote coming through the sagebrush. Those coyotes are out there at about 600 yards. At the time, we were keyed in on that white one in the back, and we didn't even see that front one because it blended in so well with the terrain. So we're kind of watching him, thinking, well, we know those other two are somewhere, but we have no idea where they ended up, and it's so hard to see them in this sagebrush. This particular coyote is real white and was easy to see, but the other two were more the same color as the sagebrush and the grass, and they were just extremely hard to see. And one thing we've learned over the years is to really glass around when we're on a set, especially in the big country that we hunt, because many times we'll spot a coyote that'll just sit out there. If you've used vocals, they seem to sit out there and they want to look and see where that coyote is, especially the months of January and February when they seem to be the hardest to call in. It doesn't matter whether it's a coyote howl and they think they're coming to a coyote, or if they're coming to distress, they still want to know what they're coming into. And I find more so with howls that they seem to hold up and they'll sit out there on a point or sit out there somewhere and just watch for quite a while to see the movement and find out what's going on before they're going to commit to coming in. That's where having a really good pair of binoculars pays off, where you can really scour the country looking for those coyotes that are just sitting behind a piece of sagebrush or sitting on a knob way out there just watching the world go by. But you really got to have the patience, got to be able to glass slowly so that they don't catch the movement. Well, out of nowhere, this coyote shows up. I have no idea how neither one of us saw this coyote. Obviously, this was that second coyote, but he must have snuck around the backside of that hill and up through that cut, and then just popped up on that little rise right in front of us. So after about another 5 minutes of calling, that white one we had filmed earlier showed back up way out to our left. And we'd been watching it, and I was trying to coax it in, and Stan decided to take a shot, and I wasn't aware of that. And so, unfortunately, he made an excellent shot, but I didn't get it on film. The third coyote shows up on top of the hill out there. Pretty long shot. Stan decided he'd take a crack at it. We're out here this morning on our first set. We have this great big draw out here, all this flat with all this sagebrush, and we've killed a number of coyotes in this area before. Anyway, I just kind of started out with a fawn distress, and pretty soon I saw some coyotes coming way over on this creek, along the creek, probably half a mile away, walking along that creek. So I knew they were coming in. I kind of got Stan's attention. And as you'll see on the film, I followed that one out in front of us that was in the sagebrush, and I lost track of the other ones in the sagebrush. So I was keying in on him, playing some magpie and bird, trying to just kind of coax him in. And as we were sitting there, one popped over the hill that I didn't see, neither one of us saw, and I got on him quick, and Stan got a shot. And then about maybe 4 or 5 minutes later, this one out here, this one here, showed up out in the sagebrush, and I got Stan's attention, and I was on it for quite a little while, probably 5 minutes. I finally just shut the record off for a minute, and I was going to try to coax him in, and I wasn't paying attention to Stan, and he decided that might be the best shot he gets. And what was it, 378 yards he said that was, and he shot and just collapsed it. But this is I think it's this year's model, but I mean, that thing is just absolutely gorgeous. That would be you know, just a good coyote. If it was a little bigger, I'd maybe consider mounting that thing, because it's just absolutely gorgeous. This is a adult. Was this a male?
No, it's a big female.
Big female. This is a female as well. So anyway, we got 2 out of the 3. He took a 800-yard shot on the third one up on the hill that I couldn't get back, and I saw it spin and kind of went over the hill. And I should have seen it come out into the wide open, because it was right up in that stuff where there wasn't anything to hide in. I never did see it come out, so I don't know if he got it or not. We'll have to look on the film when I get home and see. But for sure we got 2 out of the 3, and there's not a breath of wind this morning, so it's just a great morning to be out calling. So we're going to get these loaded up and head down the draw here a ways and see if we can call up a few more. Should be a good day. It's overcast today. Yesterday we called up 5 or 6, and we killed one and I think dinged another one, but we were just fighting the sun, places to hide. It's just hard in this country when it's not overcast to get hid, but today it's overcast, and I think our odds are going to be in our favor today. So we're going to get back at it. Well, we ended up putting 8 coyotes down on this trip. I didn't film every hunt, but we had a good time, and I hope you enjoyed watching this video.